So it's been some time before I came here that I was told that I would have to give a Dhamma talk at a university. If I was educated as everyone and had gone to school when I was young and all, by now I would have been probably a little more organized in terms of whatever topic I have to let's say, open. But since I didn't have that opportunity, I'm afraid I'm very disorganized. So therefore my topic would have no head and no tail. So sometimes I might have to save the lecture with a few questions. So, Buddhism, as we all know, well, actually I don't have to say too much about Buddhism since all of us who are here in this room knows about Buddhism quite well. But probably one thing that I can add is that Buddhism, I found Buddhism to be a very special and unique. It has a very unique quality, and that quality is that I'm talking from my own experience. Although I haven't much of an experience, I just turned 29, something like that. So therefore, of course, a lot of experience had to be had. So the interesting thing is that the more one learns about Buddhism, it helps to understand also the value of the rest of the world's religions. That it really helps to understand why there are so many religions in the world, why they are founded, and why it is being practiced, and still, even now in this 21st century, it's still spreading. It's multiplying. It's shaping up differently. That's why, from my experience, prior to, let's say, having less knowledge of the Dharma, one feels a little sort of restriction and division, gaps between different views and points and philosophy and so on and so forth. But as one learns, of course in learning we have more or less three factors or three ways of learning. One is the actual learning, like on the academic level type of style of learning. Then the other, what is known as practice, meaning basically applying those on oneself in a safe ground. And then the third one, actually apply. So through these three combinations, so through those combinations of the three, in over a course of a long time, actually longer the better. So during that time, one can see that actually every religion has their purpose and has great value for humans' life, for humans' not the external wealth, but the inner wealth. And just as earlier Brother was mentioned about the different lineages of Buddhism having spread over the centuries and millennia in the world. So one can see that actually, since we have a human, let's say, form, a human body, a physical body, a tangible body, no matter no matter how powerful the mind is, we are still very much dependent on this body. So therefore, we have to also somehow the religion or the practice or philosophy, whatever be it, has to also adapt accordingly, according to climate, according to altitude. And of course, most important of all, the tummy. It's the thing that drives all sentient beings around. So of course, now I'm drifting a little bit, but basically the point is that so because of this difference of geography, difference of climate, then even the thinking, the perspective, the length of day, the length of night, that also affects the mind. So therefore, accordingly, it needs some sort of food for the mind. Actually, one can compare the religion as basically the food for mind, or food for the consciousness. Yes? So in that regard, all religions are the same. They are just all food for mind. And just like ourselves, we all have different tastes and palates for different types of food. So we also acquire also different types of food. Some like simple food, some like rich food. And being a Buddhist, I can say that in Buddhism we have a whole variety. Yes, we have the simplest of simplest, the medium, the well done. So I don't know which is, let's say, the absolute. Actually, depending on the idea of the absolute path or the absolute teaching or the absolute jnana, is if you hunger for just liberation, then the Theravada way. And then if one feels that, I'm not hungry anymore, but I can see that there are many others who are maybe a little bit parched and a little bit hungry, then there is also the Bodhisattva way, bad example. But the thing is that in the end, all religions, as I said, has great wealth, has great value in humans' lives, and all of them are actually good. Yes. And so far, as I said, from my experience, the more knowledge of Dharma that I had, the more I can see the qualities in other religions. So I welcome you. Yes. The mind or the consciousness that we have is something so untangible, actually. We don't even know how it looks like. We don't know how big it is or small it is. But nevertheless, we know for sure that it will always want to move forward. It will always want to do something. So, of course, we as Buddhists, from our knowledge, we think that the Buddha Dharma is the absolute, and with great determination, we try to, let's say, develop and spread the message all over the world.